Once upon a time, the Texans had the top seed right there at their fingertips. How the mighty have fallen face first at the finish line. They said all along the NFL's a humbling league. Now the Bulls on parade would be the poster child of that point after yesterday's collapse against the Colts moved the Texans from the penthouse of the playoff picture closer to the janitor's closet. Well, David Ash may have been penciled in as the starter, but with all the uncertainty we've seen under center at UT this season, there's no telling if and when Case McCoy's number was going to be called in tomorrow's Alamo Bowl. It looks like that will not be the case any longer. Reports out of both San Antonio and Austin tonight name McCoy and linebacker Jordan Hicks as the two players sent back to Austin and suspended by Mack Brown for, quote, breaking team rules. The KXAN in Austin has linked the suspension with an alleged sexual assault case involving a 21-year-old woman and two Texas players, though no charges have been filed in that case. Only time will tell if the Texans can lock up a top seed, but go ahead and chalk them up as top dog on the AFC's Pro Bowl roster, rolling deep with a franchise record, 8 players selected. That set the bar for the conference. On the offensive side of the ball, that included the big three, Arian Foster, Andre Johnson, and Matt Schaub. That's 4 years in the league, 3 trips to Hawaii for Arian, while Andre's name has now been called 6 times. They'll be joined by another big three, the big guys up front, Dwayne Brown, named a starter, Chris Myers, and Wade Smith. Other side of the rock, J.J. Watt received the nod for the first time in his career, now 2.5 sacks away from the NFL's all-time single-season sack record. He and J-Joe, Jonathan Joseph, will have both actually made the starting squad and could very well find themselves next to some more teammates like Antonio Smith, Owen Daniels, James Casey, and Brian Brayman chosen as alternates. Earlier today, Watt weighed in on the honor.
I understand the coaches, players, and fans vote on it, so those are 3 groups of people that you're trying to earn respect from. It's like I've said all year, I hope to be busy during that week.
Well, the people have spoken. We're talking players, coaches, and fans all weighing in. While the Texans were snubbed from the top 5 of this week's power rankings, they cleaned up on the Pro Bowl ballot just announced minutes ago. Look who led the charge, J.J. Watt, who's now 2.5 sacks away from leading the league in sacks for a season all time. He and J-Joe, Jonathan Joseph, slotted as starters on defense. On the other side of the rock, Arian Foster checked in as one of the fan favorites with Andre Johnson, Matt Schaub, Dwayne Brown, Wade Smith, and Chris Myers. We'll hear some of their reactions coming up tonight at 10. Well, don't look now, but the Rockets' beard sanity experiment may just be starting to look like a well-groomed machine. Back home to host the 76ers, look who it is. Johnny Heisman in the house to watch Houston pick up right where they left off in the Garden. Up 3 in the third, Jeremy Lin kicks it to Marcus Morris. Now back to me, he says, stops, pops, and drops the tray for 3 of Lin's 18. Then in the fourth, James Harden provides the thunder and the checkmate. He led all scorers with 33 as the Rockets go on to win in emphatic fashion, 125-103.
Yes, our Texans have had time to reflect on yesterday, but at the same point, you got to move forward and look ahead to the next time.
Exactly, but Gary Kubiak said this was a tough lesson to learn.
Sure.
Lesson being can't afford anything less than your A game when you're playing teams like the Patriots, their caliber.
Yep.
Tapping into the Les Miles book of quotes, Foxborough in December, where visiting teams' dreams come to die. We know that now. But last night, that's where New England squashed any delusions of grandeur for the Texans, who are now going to have to shake this backhand from Brady and Belichick in a hurry. Bright side, though, is a short week could be just what the doctor ordered for a short memory.
Fortunately, I guess I should say, we've only had this trouble twice this year. Well, we've had to turn around and go back after getting beat.